Hello students, myself Dr. Jyoti Shegokar and I welcome you all in my YouTube channel Dr. Jyoti Dhumane Shegokar, which is made for the study of engineering chemistry. Okay. Now our today's topic of discussion is phase rule, which is in the syllabus of engineering chemistry, and it is very important according to exam point of view also and to understand also. Now we have seen before these which are the different terms related to phase rule, because that terms are to be studied first. That is phase, how many number of phases are there in which condition, then components, what is the chemical composition of the total reaction, and degree of freedom. Degree of freedom is nothing but provided the equilibrium in any number of phases, whatever the number of phases, and whenever there is a only in case of equilibrium. So provided the equilibrium in any number of phases which is not influenced by surface tension or any surface action or gravity or electrical or magnetic forces, but only influenced by few factors like temperature, pressure and composition. These are three factors which are very important. So this is the just first sentence of the phase rule, that is the condition. Now from that condition, that provided the equilibrium for any number of phases, the which is not influenced by electrical force, magnetic force, then its surface action and its gravity, but is influenced by temperature, pressure and composition. On this condition, the degree of freedom is related to component and the phases by the particular equation, and that equation is F is equal to C minus P plus 2. This is the phase rule for a single component system. Whenever there is a single component system, this phase rule will be applied. Means, and what you should have idea that what is the degree of freedom. Degree of freedom is nothing but minimum number of variable factors that are required to define the system completely. Means how much minimum number of variable factors will be required, that is to be calculated from this phase rule, and this is the statement of phase rule. So I think you got this. Now once again I will repeat that provided the equilibrium in any number of phases which is not influenced by surface tension, gravity, any surface action, electrical or magnetic forces, but influenced by temperature, pressure and concentration, then degrees of freedom is related to component and number of phases by this particular equation. So this particular generalization is given by Joseph Willard Gibbs in 1874. We have seen all these things in earlier videos. You should see that videos and then you can concentrate on this particular video of phase rule. Okay. Now this is you can see on this whiteboard there is drawn one diagram. It is a diagrammatical representation or graphical representation in which on the x-axis and y-axis two different terminologies are there. Like on the x-axis there is here it is written that melting point of ice. Now we want to show that here there is a presence of temperature, not only melting point of ice but also boiling point of water also. So that's why this is the temperature range, and on the y-axis pressure is given, because we have to consider in this thing only temperature, pressure and concentration, and in this case concentration is 100%, which is also called as a unit concentration. Okay. Now on this particular x-axis the temperature is given and y-axis pressure is given. Now we have to understand here that, for example, this is the water system. So at this particular temperature, what is the temperature? 0.0098 degrees Celsius, and pressure is 4.58 mm of mercury. So this is the pressure range, this is the temperature range, and at a unit concentration, that is 100% concentration, there will be a particular condition will be maintained, and that condition here we have shown here by the graphical representation, that at this temperature and at this pressure, here there is a F is equal to 0. Now what is this F? We know that F is nothing but degree of freedom. Now how it is 0? Means minimum number of variable factors required to define the system completely will be 0. There is no requirement of any factor to define the system at this particular point only in this total universe, in case of water particularly. Now just consider that at this temperature there will be liquid water, there will be some solid, that is ice cubes, and there is a vapors are also found, because all the three states can be seen only at this particular temperature and pressure and concentration. Now when this system particularly is there, all the three phases are there. Means these are the phases. We have seen what are phases. Phase is nothing but the homogeneous, physically distinct, mechanically separable portion of a system which is by definite boundary line. So this is the phase. So this will consider as one phase, this will second phase, and this will third phase. So at this particular point phases are 3. So here value of P will be 3. Okay. Now component. This water system is a one component system always, because water, whether it is in the vapor state, whether it is in the solid state, whether it is in the liquid state, it is nothing but chemical composition is H2O. So it is a single component system. So value of value of this C is 1. So C minus 3 plus 2 is equal to F. So in this way F is equal to 0. Plus 3 minus 3, 0. Means here minimum number of factors which are required to complete to define the system completely is 0. There is no need of any variable. So here we have shown the F is equal to 0. This is to be studied from this particular graphical representation of water system. Now next we have shown here these are the curves. Now this is a O first central point. This point is called as a triple point because all the three phases are shown only at that particular point. Now this O and this particular curve is shown, this one, it is called as A. Here A is given, we can write here also. So A, OA, OC and OB. Now what is this OA, OC and OB? And after that some areas are also bifurcated, like AOC means just below the AOC line. Then BOC means just in between BO and C. Then BOA, then on the side of this left hand side. So this particular area which is having this particular temperature and this particular pressure, here there will be totally water is found in the vapor state. So that's why it is written that water vapor. So at this particular area of AOC, the total area, it is called as a water vapor, or a totally water vapor will be found. So in this case, what we have to consider here, there is a presence of only water vapor. Now if only single water vapor is there, what will be the number of phases? Here there is found only single phase. So that's why here value of P will be 1. So value of P will be 1. Then the C is nothing but component, always a single component system. That's why value of C will be 1 and plus 2. So in this way we can get on this curve 1, 1 cancel, there will be F is equal to 2. 1 minus 1, 0 and F is equal to 2. So in this area where it is already shown F is equal to 2 means minimum number of variable factors required to study, required to define the system completely are 2. Minimum 2 factors will be required in a single phase of water system. Whether it is temperature or pressure, whether it is pressure or composition, whether it is composition or temperature. So in this way F is shown here too. Okay. Now next we will see next area, just BOC. So in this area of BOC, water is found in the totally liquid water state. Okay. So here also there is a single phase. So again we will put the value of P as a 1. Component is always 1. So 1 minus 1 will be 2. So in this way, this area of BOC, the value of degree of freedom is always 2. So we can see here degree of freedom is 2. In the same way, BOA, in this total particular area, water is found in the ice state, means again single phase, though it is a solid phase. So it is also shown here as a degree of freedom is 2. Okay. I think these things are clear, that is what is the degree of freedom at the triple point and what is in these areas. Now on these curves. Now this is the curve OC. On OC, two different type of phases are found. Like just this area below this curve is water vapor, then above this curve is water. And what about on the curve? On the curve there are found two different phases. So there will be found liquid as well as the vapor state at this particular curve OC. Means any point if we consider from this particular curve will show two different phases. Okay, in the same way, if we consider the curve OB, here there is a solid state, here there is a liquid state. So on each point of this particular curve will show two different phases, either ice or water. Means ice and water. So two different phases are there. So here value of P will be 2. So what will be the degree of freedom? Degree of freedom is nothing but how many factors are required to study the equilibrium. Now here value of P is 2 and plus 2 is there. In this way F is equal to 1. So on any curve, now as this curve is there in between vapor and the water state, this curve is called as the vapor pressure curve of water. Okay, if this curve particular is considered, it is called as a melting point curve of ice, because in this melting point, as melting point is there, liquid phase is there. As ice is given, there is a solid phase. So between solid and liquid, both the phases will be shown on particularly on this particular curve. In the same way, OA, this is called as a vapor pressure curve of ice. This is the vapor pressure curve of water. When water is given, water and vapor. When ice is given, ice and vapor. Okay, vapor pressure curve of ice. So ice and vapor will be there. So here there are two different phases are found on this particular curve. So in this way, here also value of P will be 2 and we'll get value of F will be 1. In this way, in this particular graph which is shown here, there is a temperature almost 374 degrees Celsius is there, and this curve is shown towards the 374, and pressure as it is increases up to 218 atmospheric. So here 1 atmospheric pressure is equals to 760 torr. It is also one of the unit, and 760 torr is equals to 460 mm of mercury. So here there is a very small difference, 458 mm of mercury and this is 460 mm of mercury. So very small difference is there. Only we have to highlight that temperature range. So here there is a temperature is 0 degrees Celsius, while here temperature is 0.0098 degrees Celsius, where we will see the triple point. So in this way we have studied this water system. So whenever it is to be explained, first of all we have to explain the different terminologies like phase, like component, like degree of freedom, and then what is this statement for Gibbs phase rule, which is given by the Josie Willard Gibbs in 1874. Now after that phase rule, you will have to explain this graphical represented diagram. In this we have to explain only the three things, that what is the degree of freedom in different areas, what is the degree of freedom on the curves, and what is the degree of freedom at the triple point. So in this way, at this particular point, we can see all the three phases of water. Actually, we have had idea about such things, but how or what are the different factors required to explain it, it is generally unknown. So for that, this video is there. So watch this video carefully. If you do not understand it, again watch it number of times and study the phase rule properly. Now this is for the water system, that is one component system. Then again second video will be there on the another that is two component system, which is of cadmium and bismuth. So okay, thank you very much for watching these videos. So please like, share and subscribe, and also press the bell button. Thank you very much.